Welcome back, friends. In this tutorial, you will learn how to use single and double XLOOKUP function in Excel. First of all, let's look into what Excel says about this function. XLOOKUP searches a range or an array for a match and returns the corresponding item from the second range or array. By default, an exact match is used. It has total 6 arguments. Out of them, 3 arguments are compulsory and 3 are optional. Now, understand what is in this data and what is the requirement. This first table has the details of store-wise quantities sold for different electronic items. Requirement is to fill this second and third table with the information of sales quantity using the XLOOKUP function. If you are using an older version of Excel, you will not see this XLOOKUP function. In this case, you have to go with other lookup functions like VLOOKUP, index, and match, etc. To overcome certain limitations of old lookup functions, XLOOKUP is added in the version 2021 and Excel 365. Let's get into the topic, which is single and double XLOOKUP. Single means using one XLOOKUP function in a formula, and double XLOOKUP means using 2 XLOOKUP in a formula. To understand in what case we use single XLOOKUP and in what case to use double XLOOKUP, let's look into these second and third tables. See, in the column headers of second table, the position of items are exactly same with the source table. Unlike this, position of items in the third table are different than the source table. So, if the sequence of values in the column headers are same in both table, single XLOOKUP function can give the result. But if the sequence of items in column headers are different, we have to use double XLOOKUP. Let's start writing the formula in the first cell of second table. Press equals, type XL, and double-click on XLOOKUP function. In the lookup value parameter, click on the first store name. Put a comma. In the lookup array, select the store name range of source table. Lock this lookup array range by pressing F4 key in the keyboard, which applies dollar symbols. Put a comma. In the return array, select the quantity sold range, which is from B4 to E11. Lock the return array range by pressing F4 key. These other parameters are optional, so you can skip them. Close parentheses and hit enter. Here you see, sales of items in store K is successfully populated. For the remaining stores, use the fill handle to copy the first formula down. This is how XLOOKUP can easily and quickly look up results in one table from another. After practicing XLOOKUP, you will find out why this function is more efficient than traditional lookup functions. Let's go to second table, where we need to use the double XLOOKUP. Double XLOOKUP is required here because lookup has to be performed in both row and column. This is because the position of stores and items both are different than the source table. Start writing the formula. Press is equal to, type XL, and choose the function by double-clicking. In the lookup value, click on the first store name. Lock the column H by pressing F4 key 3 times. Put a comma. In the lookup array, select the store name range of source table and lock it by pressing F4 key once. Put a comma. In the return array, repeat the XLOOKUP function again to look up for the item name. In the lookup value, select the first item name. Then lock the row number 10 by pressing the F4 key 2 times. Put a comma. In the lookup array, select the item name range of source table and lock it. Put a comma. In the return array, select the quantity sold range of source table and lock the whole range. Now, close both XLOOKUP functions with 2 closing parentheses and press enter. The quantity sold of fan in store K is given as 6 units. Verify it in the source table. Formula is working perfectly. Drag the formula to right and down by using fill handle. Let's verify one more. Sales of television in store A is 11 units in both table. So, in this way, double XLOOKUP is used to look up values in both direction, that is in row and column both. To explain the use of these optional arguments of the function, this example is not appropriate. Hence, I will make a different tutorial on XLOOKUP, which covers every argument in detail. Once the video is released, I will put it in description section below. If you want to practice this single and double XLOOKUP, get the sample workbook file from video description below. Thank you so much for watching. See you in next tutorial.